Hi, everybody. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, hopefully, in the class today, most of our work today will be done asynchronously. You can see our main objective is here above my head and will be there for the rest of the video. But real quick, here are the actual objectives for today. That's not updating very well, is it? There we go. I can begin gathering evidence and analyzing evidence to use in planning and writing my essay. The second one is I can compare and contrast events in a long walk to water with an informational text that describes the same events. As you know, you are working on writing a research essay that answers this question: how common are the challenges that Naya and Salva face regarding water scarcity, right? You're going to compare what happened in the Sudan with what happened in other countries and is happening in other countries that is experiencing water scarcity, like long-term droughts. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, I asked us to do the painted essay thing, and hopefully this is what yours looked like, more or less, right? We have proof paragraph number 1, proof paragraph number 2, introduction, conclusion, right? Today, our main goal is to find information about this and that, right? What we can use to try and convince people of the thing we're going to wind up trying to convince them of. So what we're going to wind up doing is brainstorming a list of similarities and differences. That's our main goal here. But before we get into that, if you haven't read chapter 15 yet, pause, actually stop the video, go read chapter 15, and then come back. I'll wait. Did you do it? Good. We're going to skip that. Here we go. Your goal today is to find 3 topics that you can discuss, right? Our last organizer, the research organizer, had a whole bunch of mini research questions. Some of those might be good places to look. You might be able to break some of those down into more than one topic. You may also need to do some additional research to get to 3 topics if you picked particularly simple questions. The topics that you pick should focus on the similarities and differences in the water crisis in the Sudan and in the other country that you picked. It might be a little bit easier if we actually go take a look at that organizer. So let me pull that up real quick. 1 and 2. There we go. So this is the organizer that you have a link to in Canvas, or will momentarily if you haven't seen it yet. The first slide here, I want you to type the research question into the box above, and you can see that down here I actually have it listed. I want you to type it up here because it will help get it stuck in your head a little bit better. So please do actually do that. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4 slides that look pretty much the same. Your goal here is to organize the information about the water crisis in the Sudan and the water crisis in the country that you picked. I know that you already have all this information, right? The main goal here is to try and organize it into a compare and contrast organizer as opposed to having it in different spaces. So up here you would type in the actual topic for the thing you're discussing. For example, it might be the effect of water scarcity, there we go, on public health. If you researched that, I don't know. Then over here, you would type in stuff that happened in the Sudan around public health, right? And you'd also give me a source, hopefully, right? Tell me where you got your information. You can just put in the link if you want, that's fine. And then over on this side, you would tell me how it happened in the country that you were researching, focus on facts and figures, statistics, if you can, that type of thing. This doesn't have to be in complete sentences, but you might want to consider using direct quotes because that would be helpful, probably. At the bottom here, you're going to tell me how the research you've done helps answer the question, right? And I mean this question up here, the one you're going to type in the box. How common are the challenges that Naya and Salva are facing regarding water scarcity, right? The thing I want you to describe in this box is when you look at this information that you gathered, what does that tell you about the answer, right? For water scarcity and public health, is that an example of the problems that they're facing being in common, or is it an example of them being different? Is Naya and Salva's experience typical or atypical based on the information that you found in your research? That's what goes in this box down here. If you're watching this today, like during class, like you're supposed to be, then I am still in the Zoom call. I am live and ready to help you out if you need anything at all, right? That is my job and my goal. I will be hanging out in the Zoom call for the entire class period to help you out with any questions that you might have. Your goal today is to fill out 1, 2, 3, 4. These slides here. In a couple of days, we will pick out the very best ones to put in our essays. So that's what's going on today. I hope that it is a useful exercise for you. I'll see you in a little bit. Be well. Do good.